Thank you, sir. So now our next presentation is from Bentley Systems. Now I have a privilege to introduce my next speaker, Mr. Amit Shrivastava, Business Director, Director Business Development, Digital Twin Solutions, Bentley Systems. He will be speaking on the topic Operational Excellence for Discrete Industry. So his presentation is pre-recorded video. So thank you, Amit, for your presentations. So we'll start your presentation now.
Drop off
Hello, Amit.
not comfortable.
Hi, my name is Amit Shrivastava, and today we are going to discuss on strategies around operational excellence. We all understand that companies can increase the probability of success if they follow a proven methodology to define and achieve operational excellence. Now, while we understand every industry is different, our geographies, our business sizes all impact our actual results in terms of operational excellence. But at a basic level, operational excellence means aligning your people, processes, technologies, and capabilities to create a culture, the culture of continuous improvement. It bridges the gap between your strategic objectives and your operational architecture. These are the basic elements that generally apply across all the different type of manufacturing, discrete, or any asset intensive industry. So what we are going to focus today is about such few capabilities which we can implement in our industry around it. So if we look at our today's requirements, today our industry is challenged with uh, aspects in terms of achieving high return of investment on our asset. We have to focus on maintaining or managing our budgets. It's about we focus on access integrity. We all have pressures in our current economy to operate reliably without compromising the health and safety standards and the environment, and to comply with the environment regulations. All our organizations are focusing in terms of improving our efficiency. We are focusing on achieving the maximum from our existing asset. And digital twins is becoming a keystone for this transformation and journey towards operational excellence. So if you have been following industry analysts, including ARC and Gartner, each of them have identified a process in this journey of digital twin or this industry 4.0. These key processes needs to be incorporated or considered as a part of your operational excellence strategy. Some of these considerations involve digitizing of your assets. It's about building your asset strategy, focusing on configuration management aspect of it, focusing on performance management or automations of multiple processes is some of those cornerstones in terms of this strategy development for operational excellence. It is overall, it is all about modeling and predicting the health of your asset. It's about predicting the future failure events. Now, all leading analysts, including ARC, Gartner, and others, are talking about digital twin as strategic technology. Today, various industries and organizations are leveraging digital twin as a part of their strategic business architecture. It's not only helping them to make better decisions, it's also about making better future-oriented decisions using these uh, digital twins. It's all about providing that line of sight to your business. And it starts with basically connecting your as designed, as built, and as operated information to the digital twin in open connected data environment. Digital line of sight basically connects your leaders of your organization, the assets you manage, and the workers or the workforce working around for you within your project. As you see, asset is the center of your universe. It has been purchased to perform a particular action or perform a function to create value for your organization. And how the asset is managed is depends on your current and your future objectives of your organization. Operational excellence strategies focus on that the workforce should be do the minimum amount of the work, only that amount of work which ensures that the asset functions to the necessary performance level and to attain your business objective. While the value is your ultimate goal we want to achieve from an asset, it's all about key measures for our performances. Digital, digital line of sight is your digital connection or that thread of your data throughout your asset lifecycle. It ensures information integrity, it ensures information accuracy, and timely access of that information to the right stakeholders. Digital line of sight enables your management to make fast and accurate decisions. It allows your workforce to be more productive because they know the reason behind their daily activities. Digital line of sight can be achieved through digital twins. So what is a digital twin? Digital twin is defined as a digital representation of your physical asset or a process or a system. It includes all the relevant information that allows you to understand and model its performance. A digital twin is continuously synchronized from multiple sources such as sensors or data, and it represents your real-time status or your working condition of your asset. Digital twins are basically used to optimize the operations and maintenance of your physical assets or your manufacturing process for that matter. In very plain terms, digital twin is your highly detailed digital model, which is your counterpart of your physical asset. The connected sensors on your physical assets collect the data which is mapped onto your digital model, so that anyone who is looking at the digital twin can view the crucial information about how your asset is performing in the real world, so that the workers can easily see and understand the relationship between the various data points which is being collected by these sensors or inspections and quickly make that informed decision. It helps them to make timely corrections to your poorly performing assets. Digital twin generates insights into your business, your assets to improve the cost saving. It helps you to improve predictability and performance optimization. So digital twin basically provide you with an executive insight platform, and this insight platform helps you to have a better understanding of your business. It helps you to understand how your assets are performing. It helps you to improve your cost saving and improve predictability and performance optimization. So let's look at a representation in terms of what an executive insight platform could look for your project or for your complete asset. Today run hundreds and thousands of the projects per year. Many of these projects are delivered using your external supply chain, and all these supply chain use different platforms to manage and share this information. Now, as you receive these information through the life cycle of your project delivery, you need to validate and verify this information so that it can be trusted to be used in your operational system. You want to ensure that this information is validated to meet the requirements, the design standards which you have defined uh, for these projects in terms of how it has to be delivered. So the connected data environment will support collection of these documents, drawings, models, images. In fact, all the various artifacts which you are receiving, you're managing all the information which represents your design, your project or delivered asset in this connected data environment. So one of the experiences, one of the learnings from the current pandemic situation where our workforce is being remotely based, it is important that this critical design, construction of and as operated information can be accessed via simple web interfaces or mobile devices. So a CD should be able to enable that for you. Uh, the other aspect as you move towards from project delivery to HOTO or handover to operations, it becomes again critical that we are able to validate and verify the information which we are receiving, because it needs to be used in your operations and maintenance. It is used to populate the various enterprise systems. So that validation and verification stage gate becomes very important. What happens when something goes wrong? How does someone like you and me are able to access this information which is traditionally stored in different systems? How do we understand what the problem is and track back over the time to understand the context and history? And that's where we need what we call it an executive level insight, which is available 24 by 7 across any location. It helps our team to rectify a problem with all relevant asset and operational information. With this executive insight platform, you are able to search information across multiple systems in order to get a full picture at any point of time. So by combining and visualizing this data, you can now get insights for better decision making and better outcome. An example of this executive insight, and we're looking at a dashboard view of that aspect. So basically a user comes and accesses the system. He wants to look at alarms and understand where he wants to act on. Now these alarms could be coming from your reliability systems, they may be coming from your maintenance systems. Uh, the user now in this executive insight platform has access to various reports. These reports could be coming from various analytical systems. What we're seeing right now is a Power BI report, and something which is very important for this executive insight platform or a digital twin platform is it should be open, it should be configurable, and more importantly, able to integrate with any analytics or any other capability, any other systems as such. For example, right now what you're seeing is an analytical platform not coming from Bentley systems, but from our partner system. So what's important is the digital twin platform should be able to federate information from all these systems and provide you with those insights. Digital twin is all about, as we say, convergence of information. In the example earlier, we saw convergence of operation technology and information technology, data coming from your IoT freights, data coming from your historians, data coming from your lab data, or and information coming from your maintenance work orders, etc., being combined together. Digital twin allows you to converge information from both ET, IT, and OT aspects. Where IT and OT, I have defined ET stands for engineering technologies. This is where we can combine your 1D, 2D, and 3D data coming from your P&IDs, specification, your supplier information, etc. And what's important is we are able to converge this information and provide you with that insight which is able to help you understand the context of the information, insight in terms of ability to understand how the information has changed over the timeline aspect of it. And here is an example of that, this convergence from ET, IT, and OT. So now what we are looking at is visualizing the same alarms which we were looking earlier on the assets by itself. Now you can see where the asset is, you're able to understand where it is situated, and more importantly, you're able to probe and you can see how engineering design information is available. You can look at the related documents which could be stored in your connected data environment, documents which may be coming from your DMS systems aspect of it. Convergence of information also means able to bring information from your IT systems. So here is an example where you are actually looking at the failure modes which could be coming from your reliability systems. We have work orders coming up from your CMMS systems in work request section. So a digital twin basically allows you converging this information coming from these multiple systems. Digital twin also allows you to view this information uh, through multiple views. So here you're looking at that information from our 2D P&ID aspects. You could also basically look at your time series data, which could be coming from your sensors directly to understand the trending in terms of how that asset is performing currently. So digital twin is all about converging information to allow you to make the right decision. It's all about providing that right information at the right time to the right user. And in terms of a format, whether it's a visualization or a dashboard, which that user can consume depending on his persona. So to achieve that line of sight, which supports your operational excellence program, you need to build multiple capabilities. Now, some of the key capabilities are highlighted on your screen right now. Now, these are defined in serial on this slide or in sequence for that matter, but it doesn't need to be in that order. Based on your goal, based in terms of your priority within your organization, the problem which we are trying to address, you may want to implement one or the other. One of those capabilities which you see traditionally already implemented in asset intensive organization is around CMMS aspect of it. It's about centralizing your maintenance information. It's about facilitating that process of maintenance operations. Now, these CMMS systems traditionally support your preventive maintenance. They help you to automate the work order initiation based on the time, usage, or a triggered event for that matter. Let's look at various other capabilities which are important uh, in terms of your operational excellence. And let's start with reliability to begin with. Reliability helps you to understand your operating performance of your equipment. It helps you to plan your effective maintenance and continuously measure and improve the reliability of system. It focuses on proactive work which is triggered by a condition-based inspection, not by a time-based inspection for that matter. Uh, World-class organizations typically or further qualify proactive work as work which is triggered by PF curves. So if you look at organizations today and look at the percentage of their proactive work, you would find it around 35% level as such. Now it is irrespective of whether they find anomalies by condition-based inspection, whether they are using manual inspection or IoT device, but that's the level of their proactive work. Now, analysts say that you would be a world-class organization if your proactive work is around 85%. Now, reality is that you cannot reach 85% overnight. It requires your program to be well executed and governed by management to achieve the same. We believe that by implementing reliability systems, you'll be able to reduce your maintenance cost by 10 to 30%. And while doing so, you will ensure your assets are safe and reliable. And let's look at an example of an organization which reported excellent ROI in terms of implementing a reliability system. ArcelorMittal needed to carry a large inventory of their finished product to meet their customer demands. Poor availability and poor reliability on production equipment prevented them from meeting their customer demand. In fact, their equipment availability was around 40% as such. Their operating and maintenance cost was on a very high side as compared to the industry benchmark or to their competitors aspect. ArcelorMittal knew that they could not basically rely on carrying out that large inventory of finished product to meet customer demands. They knew that they need to improve the performance and reliability of their equipments. They knew they had to improve their availability and utilization. And to help improve that operating and maintenance cost, they they have to move from the reactive to a proactive O&M culture. So what ArcelorMittal did was they changed their maintenance program to conduct overhauls more frequently. And the result of that was it increased their maintenance costs. In fact, their part usage increased by 25% back. So what ArcelorMittal did was they implemented reliability business process supported by Bentley's asset-wise reliability software. They use the asset prioritization analysis to determine which assets are had more significant risk. So they use the asset prioritization analysis to determine which assets had the most significant risk and consequences to facility. And they concentrated on those high priority assets first. They began performing the FMEAs and RCM analysis to determine the failure mode. This helped them to predict when a failure was about to happen. This helped them when a failure was about to happen by defining what information needs to be collected and move towards more proactive approach. The FMA and RCM analysis also help them to capture the knowledge of their aging workforce by documenting standards and processes to eliminate the control or the failures as such. By implementing Bentley's asset-wise reliability system, ArcelorMittal experienced 23% increase in the availability of their assets. They were able to reduce 30% in terms of their reactive maintenance processes, and they reported savings between 600,000 to 800,000 in just parts due to less reactive work. So overall, ArcelorMittal reported the savings around 14 million in 5 years by implementing a reliability system, which becomes important in your journey of operational excellence is around configuration management. Configuration management capabilities allows you to manage and control information about your asset. It manages and control information of your asset from design to build to operate state. So you're managing your engineering information, you're managing your suppliers information. These systems manage your asset configuration. They ensure that you conform to the requirements, you're able to identify and retain the context of the information, its relationship to the project, to the process, to the equipments, organization across the life cycle of your facility back. This capability ensures information integrity through that closed loop change management process. It guarantees consistency between all aspects of operational information and the requirement related to the assets being described. These systems are used by organizations to manage your changes and modification while complying to design standard. These systems help you to improve integrity of information, ensure proper assessment and impact of change. It helps you to streamline the auditing of all the affected objects and provide increased visibility on the current status of your assets. BP is a good example in terms of how they're managing this information from their capital projects to operations. BP doesn't really need an introduction. It's a global, they are into global energy business around in 72 countries. Uh, BP has a major investment in Oman's gas production at Kazan. Over the next 30 years, there would be 300 wells in Oman which will be drilled around it. BP Oman Information Management Team created a Central Information Store, or CIS as they call it, to manage and maintain this asset information. The CIS ensures information integrity and provides access of information to operations. The system includes documents, tags, associated metadata or attribution to these tags, and provides visualization of 3D models. Bentley worked with BP to create this custom system using Bentley's asset-wise ALM. BP reported out that leveraging a configuration management system, they were able to reduce their search time by 30% and the data exchange time by 70%. And operational insight is another capability which provide insights for better operational decisions. This capability allows data mining, aggregation, calculation and machine learning of big data for the right time predictions, and these actions can be automated for dynamic management of asset performance in businesses. Data analytics or operational analytics for that matter allows you to converge your operational technology, information technology and ET together. Operational analytics optimize your efficiency and reduce your operational cost. It converges information or data coming from IT, OT and ET systems and turn those results into intelligent solutions that can give you context. It gives them clarity and confidence which is required to achieve that operational excellence. So here's an example of Crane Vedanta in terms of how they achieved operational excellence to build their position as a reference well operator in India. Petroleum engineers at Crane were well aware about the number of associated risks when it comes to well operations. It entails numerous stakeholders, huge amount of data, multiple interfaces. With those data diversified or dispersed into various sources, Crane quickly realized that they faced that lack of data visibility and accuracy. which was very important in terms of decision making regarding well integrity and flow assurance. The engineers understood that they need a single centralized platform which can digitize and consolidate all the well and flow information. The engineers envisioned about this centralized platform, but their current status was that they were basically lacking that visibility. They were going through and working through various Excel files, searching for the data from disparate sources, ensuring that that was consistent and accurate. In fact, in a single sentence, if I could define, it meant they were spending more time on data mining rather than doing data analysis. Uh, so what Crane did was they recognized that they need a digital approach to address that, and they implemented Bentley's 4D analytics platform. By implementing the 4D analytics platform, Crane reported that they were able to reduce the potential of uncontrolled fluid release. They were able to improve the flow assurance management, and they reported the savings around 1.2 million across the 800 wells they manage. Their approach has completely changed from being reactive to being more proactive. In fact, they reported about 10% reduction in terms of non-productive time. By adding all these capabilities, is we are creating an environment or a platform which help you to address some standard set of questions, right? Which can help them, your teams, to make the right decisions in terms of where my assets are, how are they performing, how should I act upon them. And for doing that, we implement various capabilities which come through various systems like ERP, CMMS, historians. But fundamentally, what we are doing here is uh, we are ensuring that we are able to manage the configuration of your assets by implementing that systems. We are able to leverage analytics and reliability systems to facilitate your right decision at the right time. What digital twin visualization does, it envelopes these multiple systems. It creates that executive insight. It creates that platform which provides that visualization and dashboard capabilities as we were seeing earlier. Twin platform provides you with that single solution architecture for delivery of that actionable and trustworthy data. It allows federation of all, or at least the required organization data layers. It delivers you with the maximum value and maximum ROI. To summarize, we need to invest in multiple capabilities which we talked in this session, which can help you in that journey towards operational excellence. We also saw various examples in terms of how various organizations uh, gained value of their current assets. They were able to justify in terms of ROI by implementing such systems. Some of the numbers in terms of the savings are reflected on the slide, but overall, by implementing such capabilities, you are able to maximize the return on your existing assets. You are able to extend life of your asset. It helps you to increase your asset availability, help you to operate them efficiently, and more importantly, safely. With that, I would like to end my session. Uh, if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, feel free to reach out to me at my mobile or at my email ID, which is on the screen. With that, I would like to thank you all for your time.
Thanks, Amit, for an excellent presentation. The video